My name is Netshanzhe, and welcome again to yet another episode of Heart to Heart with Newa. Today I will be recording a video on my birth story. Those who've been following my pregnancy series probably saw the vlog that I posted a few days ago. So now this is just gonna be giving you context in terms of like my birth story and everything. So you probably have a clue of what was going on right before I gave birth and a bit of what happened in the labor ward. I got so many people commenting about labor pains and all that based on that. And if you have not watched it or if you're new, you are welcome. And I'll link the video down below or just up there so that you are able to catch up with us. Without any further ado, I will start the story. All right, so I will start at the point wherein I was having my 38 weeks appointment. So when I was having my 38 weeks appointment, I saw a sister, midwife, and she was pretty impressed with everything that was going on. I had no problems whatsoever. I had no complaints. I was just ready to pop up the baby because I was fatigued. So she did a per vaginal exam or a PV exam. So that's where she takes her two fingers and then she puts them in my vagina. And she was just checking to feel if my cervix is opened. So she did that and she's like, she wasn't able to put her finger through. So that just means that I wasn't dilated as of yet. But she's like, she tried to force her finger inside. Yes, it was painful, very uncomfortable. But then a few seconds later, it was fine. So she forced her finger through. And when she forced her finger through, she could feel my baby's head. Guys, I had never been so excited. She just gave me so much hope. So she told me, yes, I can feel the baby's head, which just means that we'll be seeing you in the next few days. So that was the Wednesday. We'll be seeing you in the next few days. I'm not working this weekend. I'd like to deliver you, but I don't think you'll make it past this weekend. I was so excited because I was so exhausted of carrying a baby human. Hey, it's exhausting. I feel like that's one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. Like, it's exhausting. And I'm so proud of myself that I was able to do that right until the end, eh? So fine. I go home. Actually, I was supposed to be at work. So I went to work and the day was fine. Then the next day, when I woke up in the morning, actually, before I woke up at around 3, 4, if I'm correct, I actually started experiencing contractions. I was like, oh my God, this is it. I legit thought that I was in labor because those things were so painful. But then at around 6, when I was supposed to go to work, so I called in at work, I'm sick, I'm having contractions, I think that I'm about to go into labor. So then everyone was like, no, 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 don't come to work. Focus on what's going on there. I'm so grateful, guys, for my colleagues. Like, they are the best. Don't come to work. We'll make sure that everything is fine on our side. And then I didn't go to work. So I felt those contractions 6, 7, 8, 9. And then around 10, they started dying down. I'm like, okay, what's happening? I thought contractions were supposed to get worse as time goes, but mine were actually getting better. And then it turned out I was having Braxton Hicks contractions. Yo, I that was it was a lot for me to deal with. It was a lot for me to deal with. And then I started being intentional about working out. And unfortunately, it was already too late, guys. If you're pregnant and you're watching this, please start working out as soon as you can, just to get everything moving. Now, my baby turned on time, likely at around 36 weeks. But then I just my body wasn't ready, so I wasn't dilating, but the baby was there. So the baby was did everything that he was supposed to do. I was the one that was at fault, so my body was just being a lot. So fine, the contractions stopped. And then I woke up um, Friday morning. So what my midwife had advised was that I should squat and eat a lot of pineapples, because pineapples apparently have prostaglandins inside them that just help with aiding contractions. So I was doing that, guys. I don't know how many pineapples I ate, but I ate a lot of pineapples, so much that I don't want to eat pineapples anymore. Like at this moment, I've had it with pineapples. Like I'm the right. So fast forward, the next day. So the next day was a Friday. And then on that Friday, I woke up. I was supposed to be coming into work for a night call. And it was supposed to be my night call. And then I start my leave on Friday. On Saturday morning. So people at work called me and they're like, girl, please don't come. Just start your maternity leave already, and we will find someone to do your night call. Yay. I really needed that rest. So fine, I rested. And then Saturday. So at this moment, I'm waking up and I am alone in my apartment. My husband is at work. So I just have to make do with whatever I have to do there. So luckily, I am studying, so I had assignments to write, so that was keeping me busy. But then I was thinking a lot because I just wanted to give birth already. And it wasn't happening. So I was thinking a lot. I was getting sad by the day. And then, fine, I go on a walk. So my husband comes back on Saturday and then he's like, you know what, let's go out for a walk. And then we go for a walk about a kilometer or so. And then we come back. So when we come back, I'm taking a shower and my mucus plug fell out. Guys, I was so excited because I thought, oh my God, it's happening now. If my mucus plug fell off, then the next thing is contractions that's gonna be starting. Did it happen? No. So Sunday, Monday, and I'm waking up every day. So Sunday, at least I went to church. I'm waking up every day. I'm just bothering my husband and calling him when he's at work because I have nothing to do. And then I'm just waiting on this baby that seems to be so comfortable inside. And then we go for what we thought was our 40 weeks appointment. So I go for my 40 weeks appointment. I get there, and then they're like, my gynae is on leave, and I have to see another gynae. So when I'm seeing this gynae, she decides that she's going to peruse or go through my file from the beginning just to familiarize herself with my story, and she does. She reads the file and then she tells me that, lady, you are not 40 weeks pregnant, you're only going to 39. I'm like, what? She's like, yes, you are trying to fast pace the process, because I was thinking this baby has not popped. I'm 40 weeks, then I should probably be getting an induction date. And then she's like, no, you're not gonna be induced because it says here that your due date is the 27th and it's not yet the 27th. I'm like, no, my due date is the 18th. So that it was on the week of in the second week of May. And then she actually tells me that it's the last week of May that I am due. So I was very pleased at that because I did not know if it was the mistake of the doctor or what. And at that moment, I had left my scans at home. So I could not refer to the date of the scans. And the thing is, I had done a scan at early pregnancy, so at about 8 weeks, and my due date was the 22nd. And then I did another one at 12 weeks with them, which was the one that I had left at home. So I could not really refer. And then my doctor had written apparently that I'm due on the 27th. So she's like, no, I'm showing her my maternity passport, and it says I'm due on the 22nd. And the date on my file there at the hospital says the 27th, which is like a week apart, and the week makes a lot of difference. So I was like, it's fine. You can do what you have to do. So it's fine. I will wait. And then my husband, my mom, and I just decided, you know what? We don't know what is going on, but this just needs prayer. So we decided to pray about it, that God, we do not know what is going on, but we just want to trust you, to trust your process, and to give us the patience that we need. And if it be that it's a human error, mistake, and we are supposed to be inducing, God, let it happen. And a few days later, I was called. So I then get a call, and then this call um, went as follows. So it was just, hi, Ronewa, we just wanted to tell you that you can come through on the 25th at around 11 p.m. for midnight, the 26th, for an induction. I was like, okay. So I'm receiving this call at on the 24th when I'm sitting with my husband. And that was after we had like prayed that that weekend. And then I'm just like, okay, if this is not God, then I do not know. So fine. I pick up my things. My husband and I decide, you know what? Let's just keep this between ourselves, because it's not like a spontaneous labor. Like, we had time to think it through. Who do we want to know and all that? And we decided, let's just keep it within our parents that we are getting induced. So we did not tell our friends and all that. We just decided to tell our parents so that they can help us pray. And then we told our parents, and then hey, we went on the day. 11, we get to the hospital. We go through the admin, we get checked in. So, oh wait, sorry. So in the afternoon, so the next day on the 25th in the morning, we had to go and get our COVID test done. So we both got our COVID test done because my husband was going to be present when I was giving birth. So we had our COVID tests done, which was a hassle and a half because we need referrals and all that in order for us to get COVID test done. But then anyway, we were able to get it. And we both had the test done, and it was out after about 6 hours. So at around 12, it was already out. And then they were negative, so we printed them out, and then we took them to the hospital along with our other documents. So I had packed my bags like a month before before then, because I was really hoping that the baby comes earlier than expected so that I get to spend a lot of time with the baby before I go to work. But unfortunately, he waited until the very last minute. Or at least I evacuated him. I gave him an eviction notice and told him to leave my womb. So yes. On the day we did the admin, and that was done within like 30 minutes. And then I went, they weighed me, they took like a urine test to check if everything is still okay, my vitals, and then they put me on the monitoring thingy. And then they monitored me for about an hour. The baby was fine. I was a bit worried with the heart rate at first because it was going down a bit. For those who know that I am a clinician, so my judgment sometimes I try to be a patient as much as I can. So I try to forget that I'm a clinician most of the time. But sometimes when you're noticing things, you can't help yourself but want to inquire a lot, or hey, what's going on with this? What's going on with that? So my baby's heart rate was a bit low. So I could say that no, man, like the baby seems to not be totally okay, but at the same time, he would then pick up and balance. So that put me at ease a bit, and I trusted the clinicians that were looking after me. So fine, they monitor me, take me off the monitor, then they give me gel. That was around 1 a.m. Yeah, between 12 and 1 a.m. So they gave me they administered the gel. So they just did the PV like they did the other time when I was going for my appointment. So they just put the two fingers to open. So they opened my vagina, and then they put in the gel by my cervix. So it was just to help my cervix to dilate because it was closed. And that stayed there for a few hours. And then she came back to do a per-vaginal exam again, and I wasn't dilated. It was just a centimeter dilated because I came in as a centimeter dilated, and then it was still a centimeter by then. So it was now morning. They administered again, and we continued monitoring the baby. So they would monitor for an hour. The night nurse was a very nice nurse, and she knocked off. Handed me over to another nice nurse that took care of me. They were taking me through the process of everything. So the whole day I labored. So contractions started hitting me the most at around 4. So I had already received my second round of the gel. And guys, contractions are painful. You know, people that say that describe contractions as period pains. Yes, they are right, but I think it feels a bit more different. So it's not exactly like period pains, but you feel that whatever is happening in your womb. Yeah. So it was like that. So I could feel contractions at first, but it was just like pain that was radiating from my back to the front. And when it was around 4, then I started feeling that, okay, this is real. So that was about 16 hours in labor by now, or after we've started the induction. So my husband then left me because I was now starting to trouble him, and they kept on saying, well, I'm not very far in terms of dilation. So the nurse during the day came in and checked, and then she's like, I'm only about 4 centimeters dilated. And I was thinking to myself, oh my God, it means that I am going to labor into the next day. So I was not having hope that I'm gonna deliver that same day. And then he came back. So when he came back, he found me I'm in more pain. And I loved slab chips. I love slab chips, but I think actually I was not even craving for slab chips. I just wanted slab chips because I love them. So he got me that to eat because I had not eaten. So he thought if he got me something that I liked, I would eat. Guys, did I even think about food at that moment? Like, I wasn't thinking about food. The contractions were just a lot. And mind you, by that time, I had received pethidine. So the day nurse gave me pethidine, and then I vomited. So then I got pethidine again when the night nurse came. So pethidine is a pain, it's pain meds. So it's an injection that they give you on your bum. And by that time also I had received an enema. So they just wanted to clean out the system to make sure that I do not excrete feces when I'm pushing baby, because you tend to do that. So the night nurse gave me pethidine, and when I was vomiting, I think I vomited so hard that my water broke. So my water had not broken yet. And then when my water broke, all hell broke loose. Yo. Guys, it was as if something was switched on. I was being electrocuted by my abdomen. It was a lot. At that moment, the vlogging just went outside the window, guys. Like, I was not even thinking about taking videos anymore because I was just in a lot of pain. Hi, guys. And it's so funny. It's so funny how, like, I sit down and I try to think about the pain. I don't exactly remember how it feels, but what I do know is that it was painful. Like, it's the most intense pain that I've ever felt in my life. So, fine, the contractions start. My water breaks and contractions get worse. Now, when my water broke, my water was yellow in color, and you want your water to be clear. So it means that what I was saying about my baby's heart rate being low was actually kind of accurate. So there was something wrong with the baby. And that was the fact that the baby had pooped in the water. So there was meconium. And I got worried because I knew what yellow water meant. So it meant that there was meconium, and the baby is probably aspirating the meconium. So I got super worried, but the yellow was not so, it wasn't so dark, or it wasn't towards green so much that I knew that it wasn't old, the meconium. Right, so they call my gynae. They let my gynae know that I am having a meconium staining. So she asks about how yellow it is or how green it is, and then they tell her that it's very yellow, like straw colored. Not even straw colored, because straw colored is like pee. So no, but a bit darker than pee, like more towards like yellow. So fine. She wasn't worried with the way that the midwife described everything. And guys, I low-key thought that my midwife was mean or didn't like me, but I guess that's what every lady thinks of the midwife that comes at that moment we're in, like, labor pains are intense. So I was like, hey, this lady, like, she doesn't care about me. She probably just gave the doctor wrong information and told them that it wasn't bad. Because now I was also worried. Now, like, the clinician was not there anymore. The clinician in me was not there. And now I was being a mom because I was just thinking, my baby, my baby, my baby. And nobody is acting. And guys, that wasn't the case. Like, I was in good hands. I was just exaggerating. And fine. It happened that the doctor decided to make us wait, or to make me wait. So I labored, and she went away, left me because I was now starting to make noise for her. At this moment, the baby was pushing against my pelvis. And remember, I wasn't properly dilated. When they checked after my water broke, I was now 6 centimeter dilated, and I still had to get to 10. The baby was now starting to push against my pelvis, and I was like, oh my God, the baby's coming. I am now screaming and telling the nurse that the baby's coming, and she's like, there's no baby that is coming here, girl. Like, you're still 6 centimeter dilated. Don't you dare push. And then fine. I decided around past 7 to go and take a shower. It was the quickest shower I've ever taken in my life, because I I think I literally just, like, showered for 30 seconds. And then my husband is like, and then you're done already? I'm like, yes, like, I can't stand because I feel like the baby's coming and I want to sit down because that helps me block the baby from coming. And I was so, like, I was convinced the baby was coming. And then That was 8. 9, I'm trying to hold the baby. 10, I'm trying to hold the baby. And by 10, I'm now like shouting because I just want the baby to come out. And I tell the nurse that I want to poo. And then she's like, go to the toilet and poo. I'm like, if I go to the toilet and poo, I'm going to poo the baby. She's like, then don't go. I'm like, then make me push. And then she's like, you are not ready to push. But then I kept on shouting and shouting and shouting. And then she came and she checked me. She's like, okay, you're 9 centimeter dilated. So this is around past 10. She's like, you're 9 centimeter dilated. So I'm going to move you to the labor ward. I'm like, I've been 9 centimeter dilated according to me, and you've not been taking me to the labor ward. So do it already. And then she pushed me there. When we get there, I was now ready to push. But guys, the funny thing is that I could not feel myself anymore. So the second dose of pethidine took me out now. So I was slumbering, like I was in pain, but slumbering. So I did not know that that's how pethidine was like, because the only other time I had to take it, I slept. So now I couldn't sleep because I was in intense pain, like I was in massive pain, and now I'm slumbering. And now I have to push, but I'm slumbering on the side. I'm like, how are we gonna do this? But then what I do remember doing at that moment was praying. I just kept on repeating, alone I can't, but with you I can. Alone I can't, but with you I can. And I knew that I couldn't push by myself and I needed God to help me. Um, so fine, they wheeled me in. At this moment, the baby's clothes are still in the bag, and the bag is in the car. So my husband rushes down to go take the baby's clothes in the car, and he comes back. He finds that I'm already in the labor ward. So sorry guys. So he comes in and he's talking to my mom. So my mom had had me screaming for the past hour or so. At this moment, she's frustrated, and he was on the phone with my mom, and then he's updating her. And my mom was not she just wanted to be there because I was screaming initially and she wasn't convinced that I'm okay. And she was saying, please tell them to take her to C-section. I don't think she can do this, guys. My mom thinks I'm a weakling. I don't think she can push. So please tell them to take her to a C-section. And he just started ignoring her calls at that moment because she was also getting to him and making him nervous because now he was getting anxious, or will I be able to push? And then fine, they opened my legs, put me in a thotomy position, and the baby's head was there. And then they tell me the baby's head is here, but you need to work with us. You need to push when we say you should push. So when you feel contractions, you must push. And then fine, I was ready. I'd been preparing for that moment. So breathing techniques, all that, I got them down to a T, guys. I remembered, as drowsy as I was, I remembered. So I was praying and praying, and they kept on saying, huh? I'm like, no, I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking to God. Probably thought I was crazy. I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking to God. They're like, okay. Contractions came. I pushed. So I started pushing at around 20 past 11 or half past 11. And then this is at night, guys. I was pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. They're like, yes, the baby's here. And then the next thing they're telling me, the baby is here, but he has his hand on his ear. So my baby was like this. And it meant that they had to fix his hand, and there was no way they were going to fix it. So they decided to give me an episiotomy. So they cut my vagina like diagonally, Yeah, that word. So they cut it in an angle, and then so that the baby is able to come out nicely. And then I pushed and pushed and pushed, and I was so shocked that the baby was on my chest. I did not feel any pain when they cut me because I I, I had local anesthesia administered around my vagina, so I did not even feel that the ring of fire because I had local administered, and the baby was on my chest, and I expected myself to cry, but my husband is the one that got emotional. At that moment, I was just numb. I wanted to cry so bad, but I was numb. Uh, I just felt relief that the baby is out and I could see the baby, but I don't think it made sense to me at that moment that I had a baby because it took time for it to register that I'm pregnant. So even having a baby, it took time. So the next thing, my stomach is flat, and they are telling me that I have a baby, it's a baby boy, and then I'm like, okay. I'm still slumbering, mind you, so I'm still sleepy at this moment. And then I'm like, oh, I thought he was going to be a yellow bone. They're like, what? That's the first thing that you think. I'm like, no. Everyone was telling me that they're dreaming of my baby as a yellow bone. Like my mom said that, my husband said that, so I was convinced that he's like super yellow. Anyway, um, uh, they clamped the umbilical cord, they cut, and the baby was handed to his dad, and they were bonding. Like their bond was instant because they used to talk before he was born. Their bond was instant. And guys, uh, that was beautiful. Watching them like that was so beautiful. And this was after they weighed the baby and they made sure that he's fine and everything. And then I had now to deliver the placenta. I delivered the placenta. Then they gave the baby to me. So they put the baby on my tiny breasts. And the baby latched immediately. So that was beautiful. We bonded. It wasn't as painful as I thought it would be, but um, when the baby started sucking, it was a bit uncomfortable. But then later, it was natural. They wheeled us to our ward, and we stayed there alone because the father had to leave. It was already there was curfew, so baby Kaba was born. So his father is Kabarendwe and he is Kabawule, so we call him baby Kaba. So baby Kaba was born um, on the 26th of May at 23:54. So he was almost born on the 27th. It was beautiful. I enjoyed every process, the pain, the pleasures, the joys, and I would do it again over and over again, hundredfold. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And that brings us back that brings us to the end of my birth story, guys. I just want to wish all the new moms that may be watching this a very smooth labor. Give yourself time. I labored for about 23 hours. You may labor for 6, for 12, or you may even labor for 2 days. But be patient, enjoy the moment because you're gonna miss being pregnant. Trust me afterwards. And yeah, pray, include God in each and every single process, and He will lead you, He will guide you. I am very grateful because I saw the goodness of God through the birth of my baby. I was able to experience God in a different dimension altogether. The feeling of bringing life into the world is amazing. Ah, I know this video is probably gonna be very long, but it's worth it, guys. Yeah. If you guys have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. I'll be grateful if you do so. It's entirely free. I've noticed that most of you guys are watching my videos, but you're not subscribed. Please subscribe, like, share with your friends, your pregnant friends. You're not pregnant friends, you're friends that are planning to be pregnant. And yeah, that is all from me. And I'll see you guys on my next upload. Mwah.